At this hour, a young woman from Rochester Hills sits in a Kentucky prison, convicted of breaking international law by sending technology to Iraq during the Saddam Hussein regime.
But tonight, what looked like an open and shut case is suddenly anything but, as a CIA operative has come forward with some shocking new claims about what was really happening. Local 4 Defender Kevin Dietz has the exclusive Defenders investigation.
Tonight, a secret agent is coming forward with shocking new details of a CIA plot. Coming forward for just one reason. He says a local woman is in prison and he believes she's innocent. This is the face of a young Rochester Hills woman named Hanna. Prosecutors say it's also the face of an American traitor trying to help the enemy on the verge of a war. But the defenders have discovered there is a much bigger picture. It's a tale never told before, a covert CIA mission, espionage, and secret agents attempting to topple Saddam Hussein. But they needed this local woman to get the job done.
I was willing to go to that extreme, sacrifice my life.
Tonight, this secret agent putting his life on the line, revealing his face and his name, Imad El-Yawer, coming forward against the advice of almost everyone.
All those people gave their lives. Americans and Iraqis and others, for what? So that innocent people go to jail?
Hanna was forced to leave her family in Oakland County to report to prison in Kentucky. We were in the room when Dawn was allowed a brief phone call home for medical reasons.
Horrible. It is a horrible feeling.
Locked up for a horrendous crime she says she did not commit.
I just hope we can look into the whole entire story.
Dawn, convicted in this Detroit courthouse by 12 jurors from Southeast Michigan for selling a high-tech communication system to Iraq and Saddam Hussein. But tonight, you will hear what the Michigan jury never did. The plan to sell Saddam Hussein communications equipment was our idea. The United States CIA secretly trying to give Saddam Hussein a communication system with hidden spyware installed, allowing the U.S. government to listen in on Hussein's conversations.
The whole idea was once they get to Saddam or his thing, send a smart bomb and blew him out of smithereens.
Imad is the operative the CIA put in charge of getting the equipment. He contacted Hanna in Rochester Hills. Dawn and her brother Darren had a small company with a reputation for acquiring and delivering equipment overseas.
She's sitting in prison knowing she didn't know this was going to Iraq.
Darren was also criminally charged, but the jury acquitted him due to a lack of evidence. He says his sister was told specifically the equipment was for a company in Turkey.
They just carved that out and made up a whole different story. It's absolutely awful. It's un-American.
And now this CIA operative coming forward confirming the story.
And never at any time did I mention it to Dawn or anyone else where it's going.
Imad says it was his responsibility to lie, cheat, and steal if necessary for the United States to get the gear in Saddam's hands. He says no crime was ever committed.
You only get it in third world countries, not countries that, bear the thing of liberty and freedom.
Darren is still in Rochester Hills fighting for his sister's freedom. Their father, Toby, is in shock.
As a father, my daughter is sitting in prison, and it's like a part of me is gone, and I want my daughter back. That's all I'm asking for.
Toby came to this country because he hates what Saddam Hussein has done. He fought in wars to defeat the dictator. And now his daughter is in a U.S. prison locked up. Toby says it's because the jury never heard the real story.
I just want my girl back. I want her to come back home.
Prosecutors say most of this new information is classified and under seal. By law, they can't talk about it. But U.S. Attorney Terrence Berg was compelled to come forward, go on the record, and say the jury had more than enough evidence to convict Hanna.
The jury concluded that the defendant was guilty of intentionally violating the trade embargo with Iraq, that she had specific knowledge of that, and that essentially her defense regarding Turkey was not true.
Berg says Hanna was sentenced to 6 years in prison because she committed a serious crime, adding that the judge found this new information not important enough to warrant a new trial. That decision is under appeal. Kevin Dietz, Defenders.
Well, the intricacies here are incredible. Now, the family has set up a website to try and get legal and political support for Hanna. You can find a link to that site on our website. Click on Detroit.com.
All right, now